Well then, a rare shiny light has appeared out of nowhere. According to Tom Henderson at Insider Gaming, who I don't need to introduce anymore at this point, Assassin's Creed Shadows will feature a co-op mode. Now, I was randomly playing Rocket League and I opened Twitter to see what's new, and to my surprise, a co-op mode has been revealed by Tom Henderson. Now, I don't know about you guys specifically, but I love the multiplayer side of Assassin's Creed, whether it was Assassin's Creed Brotherhood's multiplayer, Black Flag's, and also Unity's co-op, and that was 9 years ago. Ever since Unity, we have not had anything multiplayer or co-op related, so personally, Shadows having a co-op mode is very out of nowhere, let's be honest. I'm pretty sure co-op mode was one of the last things to have on my bucket list when talking about Shadows. But let's talk about it, because although not much information was revealed by Tom Henderson about the co-op mode, he did give some bits of information. Real quick, you know the drill. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on everything Assassin's Creed. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So let's go over the article that Tom Henderson wrote and talk about it. Assassin's Creed Shadows currently has a co-op mode in development, which is scheduled to release post-launch. So right away, according to Tom Henderson, it appears that the co-op mode will not release at the same time as the game launches, but rather post-launch. Now this is quite strange because I do wonder how Ubisoft plans to handle things with the release schedule and how this co-op mode will fit into the game. You know, I was about to say maybe this co-op mode wasn't initially part of Ubisoft's plan for Shadows, and maybe this delay has something to do with it, but Tom Henderson mentioned the moment he posted the article that the development for co-op was already a thing before the delay. It's a bit odd because I'm surprised this is the first we've heard of it. If you remember, many months before Shadows was announced, there was a ton of leaks about the game, and to see no mention of co-op multiplayer back then was certainly strange. It's also quite interesting because in today's gaming world, normally multiplayer or co-op modes are built right into the game from day one, letting you dive into both single player and multiplayer off the bat. Pushing back such a big feature might raise some questions about how well it will mesh with the rest of the game and whether it's going to feel like a natural part of Shadows, but we'll need to wait for more information about that. The new co-op game mode, codenamed League, is under development at Ubisoft but doesn't have a set release date due to the game's recent postponement, affecting the entire Assassin's Creed pipeline. Now, of course, that was always expected. The delay of Assassin's Creed Shadows is something that not only affected Shadows, but I'm pretty sure it also affected Assassin's Creed Hex, Invictus, the Black Flag remake, and the other Assassin's Creed projects. Also, once again, Ubisoft loves their codenames, and this co-op mode has the codename League. Do note that this will of course change closer to release. He also mentioned no release date as of now, so it makes you wonder how close it is in development or how far away it is. I do hope it's not a case of the way Call of Duty handles their League play, because if you know about the recent COD games, they release their rank mode or League play sometimes months after the game releases. For Shadows, I do hope it's at least a maximum 2 months down the line. If it's further than that, then I think that's pretty bad, as player interest later will be quite low, so Ubisoft simply cannot afford to dilly-dally any longer with this co-op mode post-launch. While specific details on what the game mode actually entails are slim, presumably the co-op mode will see Nawe and Yasuke fight side by side, using their different combat abilities to take out enemies. Now first of all, that pretty much debunks that stupid ass rumor where Yasuke will be removed, if anyone still has doubts. In fact, check out my previous video I made going over the stupid shit that people made up regarding Shadows. Now remember, Tom Henderson said presumably Nawe and Yasuke will fight side by side. This is not 100% guaranteed, but let's say it is, given Tom Henderson's reliability. Is this implying that the co-op mode will be a 2-player mode? Because all that said is Nawe and Yasuke. But then again, if you go back to Unity's co-op, Arno Dorian was the only protagonist, and co-op in that game could be played with 4 players. Maybe it's a similar situation here where it'll be Nawe, Yasuke, and 2 shinobis or samurai. Who knows? But going off just what the article says, it's Nawe and Yasuke. This also makes you wonder what the co-op will be like. One player could be Nawe, who's more stealthy, swifter, and also lighter, and one player would be Yasuke, an absolute tank. Imagine a mission where one player controlling Nawe scouts ahead to mark targets, while the other as Yasuke leads the charge and goes guns blazing. This synergy between stealth and combat can not only add depth to the gameplay, but if anything, maybe this will also create replay value. As you know, you could switch roles. That isn't the only multiplayer Assassin's Creed experience to hit players' hands within the next 18 months either. It's understood that Assassin's Creed Invictus, a fully fledged multiplayer experience, will come in 2025. Now this is something I've already covered on the channel. A whole game focused on multiplayer is certainly interesting, but I don't think it's really going to be that popular if I'm being honest, because if you know about the leaks and rumors for that game, it doesn't sound all that appealing in my opinion. Check out this video if you want to know more about Assassin's Creed Invictus. Other Assassin's Creed games in development include an Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake under the codename Obsidian and codename Hex, which has been described as the darkest Assassin's Creed to date. Here, Tom Henderson continues to confirm that the future Assassin's Creed games are still in development. The Black Flag remake is still a work in progress. It's not really something that I personally care for because I feel like games such as Assassin's Creed 1 and Assassin's Creed 2 deserve a remake way more than Black Flag. But I think it's because Black Flag is more widely recognized than those two, which is why it's getting a remake. And then you also mentioned Assassin's Creed Hex still in development, which he described as the darkest Assassin's Creed to date, which sounds very promising. Of course, since information about this game is so scarce, there is not much information to go off besides this statement, and also the reveal trailer for it. I'll definitely make a video going over Hex when more information about the game is released, because the premise of it being the darkest Assassin's Creed game to date sounds very interesting, especially given that Darby McDevitt is working on it. So there we have it. What do you guys think about Assassin's Creed Shadows having a co-op mode? Is that something that interests you, or is it something you simply don't care about and still want Assassin's Creed Shadows to burn in a fire? Let me know down in the comments below. Shout out to my Patreon members as always, and with that said, I'll see you in the next one.